Some TV, the pulse of the nation.
Hey Taraba State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 247. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. Some TV, your premier 247 destination for local and international entertainment, news, and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on Some TV.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from Some TV.
Super Cab, safe, convenient, and affordable 247 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride your way.
Good evening, viewers. You're watching news at 9 p.m. on Some TV. I'm Bridget James, your host for today, coming to you live from Jalingo. This is the pulse of the nation. Stay in touch with us on Facebook at Some TV and follow our live stream on YouTube at Some TV Live. And here are tonight's major headlines. Tinubu mourned Kenyan leader Raila Odinga hailed his democratic legacy. Ilya Kefas Alhaji leads mega rally urging Governor Agbo Kefas to join APC. Nigeria reaffirms commitment to gender equality and women's empowerment at Beijing Summit. International news. Israel rejects body returned by Hamas during hostage. Business news. Nigeria projects economic stability as Cardoso Udoka Anit leads talk at G24 meetings. Entertainment news. Comedian Ali Baba defends polygamy as culturally and socially stabilizing. Sport news. Super Eagles to face Gabon in World Cup playoff semi-final in Morocco. And now the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has expressed condolences to the government and people of Kenya over the death of former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, describing Odinga as a towering figure in African politics. Tinubu praised his lifelong dedication to democracy, justice and unity. In a statement by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the president lauded Odinga's courage, resilience, and pan-African ideals, noting his legacy of electoral reform and inclusive governance will continue to inspire generations. Tinubu assured Kenya of Nigerian solidarity during its period of national mourning and prayed for peace and progress in Odinga's honor. The National Association of Nigerian Students has hailed Taraba State Governor Dr. Agbo Kefas for his visionary reform in the education sector. Addressing a press conference at the Nurses' Home Conference Hall in Jalingo, the National Clerk of NANS, Ambassador Hope Daniel Yonko, said the governor's initiative have boosted student enrollment, learning standards, and campus infrastructure. He applauded the introduction of reliable power and solar system in student areas and commended the Commissioner for Energy and Economic Development, Dr. Naomi Tanko Agbo, for their innovation-driven support. NANS reaffirmed its partnership with the government in advancing education. The National Association of Nigerian Students has applauded the Chief Registrar of the Federal Court of Appeal, Barrister Umar M. Bangari, for his exceptional contributions to Taraba State's development at a press conference held at the Nurses' Home Conference Hall, Jalingo. The National Clerk of NANS, Ambassador Hope Daniel Nyoku, described Barrister Bangari leadership as transformational and deeply impactful on students and local communities. He noted the Chief Registrar's support for road development, youth empowerment, and scholarship initiative aligned with Governor Agbo Kefas' education reform. NANS pledged continued recognitions of leaders promoting good governance and youth advancement.
We are here to appreciate our national patron and also a lifetime member, National Association of Nigerian Students, Barrister Umar M. Bangari, ESQ, Chief Registrar, Federal Court of Appeal, Federal Republic of Nigeria. The entire students, under the leadership of Ambassador Hope Daniel Yonko, the National Clerk, National Clerk in Taraba State, appreciate your zeals towards transformation. Your transformation style of leadership is unmeasurable, and doubt there is need to appreciate your kind gesture in Taraba State, especially the facilitation of projects from the federal government to the Mambula Plateau, Santara local government. To mention a few of the transformation road in the state are facilitation, the road network in the state which has international value, recognition, and also boost income to the state as a whole.
Honorable Ilia Kefas Alhaji, the coordinator of the Taraba State Operation Keep Taraba Clean initiative, has organized a grand rally in Jalingo to amplify his call for Governor Agbo Kefas of the Taraba State to align with the ruling All Progressive Congress, describing the move as both timely and strategically important. Honorable Alhaji emphasized that the governor's inclusion in the APC will strengthen political cohesion in the state, foster development-oriented policies, and ensure that Taraba benefits fully from the federal government's ongoing program and initiative.
The coordinator of Operation Keep Taraba Clean, Ilia Kefas Alhaji, led thousands of Operation Keep Taraba Clean workers in a mega rally from Mahugwe bus stop to Ministry of Works in Jalingo. The state coordinator of Operation Keep Taraba Clean, Ilia Kefas Alhaji, stressed that alignment with President Tinubu and the federal government was needful for the governor to join the All Progressive Congress. While addressing journalists at the mega rally, Ilia Kefas stated that the call for Governor Agbo Kefas to join the ruling All Progressive Congress was crucial and timely to enable Taraba secure meaningful federal support. He pointed out that Despite the governor's impressive performance in the PDP, his current party, it is crucial that he joins the All Progressive Congress APC to support President Tinubu's renewed hope, attracting more federal development to the state.
We are here to address you people across the 16 local government. It's an issue of Taraba State, not an issue of politics. It's an issue of Taraba and the betterment of Taraba. President Tinubu has done well for the federation, for the Taraba. Before we were buying bag of corn, 120,000, 100,000, bag of beans, 300 to 400,000. But now, bag of corn, 14,000 here in Taraba State. Bag of beans, 120. That is why we are here to support our governor. Our governor, Dr. Abu Kefas, the environmental friendly governor. He has been doing well for Tarabans. We have free education. We have security of life and property, and so many development that he brought for the Taraba State. That is why we realize that the governor cannot do it alone without federal government power.
Ilia Alhaji expressed gratitude to the governor for the employment of over 20,000 workers across the state under the Operation Keep Taraba Clean, who are spread across the 16 local government areas of the state.
Sanadiya haduwanmu anan muna kira kuma muna goyon bayan gwamnanmu da ya bar PDP party mu na da ya zo ya hada kai da shugaban kasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu da jami'ansa na APC domin cin gaban kasar Nigeria, domin cin gaban kasar Taraba.
Mr. Adamu Bigman and Mrs. Jamila Ahmed, speaking on behalf of the leaders of the Operation Keep Taraba Clean, expressed their total support for Governor Abu Kefas and the APC. They also call on all Tarabans to support the effort to make it a reality.
Nice call is a very important call just for the benefit of Tarabans and of course for the benefit of Northeast, because Governor Kefas to leave PDP to APC is a very good development. That is why we have come out in mass to call on him to come and join APC, because in APC, when he synergizes his policy and that of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, Taraba State is going to move forward in terms of economic, social and other development that we needed.
Mata an ga yanda suka fita da ba sa jin daɗin wannan gwamnati, ba za su fita da sinsiya suna ɗagawa ba. Mu daman ba wai party bane, mu masalan mu a Jalingo mu mutum ne. Duk inda Kefas ya shiga ba APC ba ko partin alade ne mu muna tare da shi.
Nigeria has reaffirmed its commitment to gender equality and women's empowerment at the Global Leaders Meeting on Women in Beijing, China. Speaking for President Bola Tinubu Ahmed, the Minister of Women Affairs, Honorable Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, praised China and UN Women for marking 30 years of the Beijing Declaration. She highlighted Nigeria's initiative on the Renewed Hope Agenda, including national policies on gender, child marriage, and women, peace and security, alongside the nationwide Renewed Hope Social Impact Intervention, urging women's leadership in sectors like green economy and digital innovation. She noted a $1.2 billion financing gap and called for blended finance and private partnership to empower women. The Taraba State Governor, Agbo Kefas, is reportedly considering a defection from the People's Democratic Party to the ruling All Progressive Congress, following Enugu Governor Peter Mbah's recent switch. Sources says Kefas has formed a committee co-chaired by former Senator Dahiru Bako to consult stakeholders and gauge public opinion. APC in the state has expressed readiness to receive him, while PDP leaders dismiss the speculations. Analysts warn the wave of defection from the PDP to the APC reflects weak party ideology and threatens opposition survival. Recent moves also give the APC a two-thirds Senate majority, consolidating legislative influence ahead of 2027 election. Grenada's Prime Minister, Jackson Michel, has revealed plans for a strategic partnership with Taraba State aimed at boosting economic collaboration in key sectors such as agriculture, trade, and investment. Speaking on Monday during a courtesy visit to the governor of Taraba State at the ESCO Chamber, Tiwa Danjuma House, Jalingo, the Prime Minister emphasized the mutual benefits of fostering stronger bilateral relationship, highlighting opportunities for knowledge exchange, joint ventures, and increased investment flows that could stimulate growth and development for both parties.
The Prime Minister of Grenada arrived in Jalingo, the Taraba State capital, through the Dambaba Suntai Airport and was received by the Governor of the state, Dr. Agbu Kefas. He paid a courtesy visit to the Governor at the ESCO Chamber, Tiwa Danjuma House, Jalingo. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister, Honorable Deacon Michel, expressed deep appreciation to the Governor of Taraba State for the warm reception and hospitality extended to him. He said his visit was aimed at strengthening economic relations between Grenada and Taraba State, highlighting the shared cultural and historical bonds between Africa and the Caribbean. The Prime Minister said both regions must take deliberate steps to reshape the long-standing narrative, foster economic development, and guarantee food security.
And so the purpose of the visit is first to solidify the relationship between the state of Taraba, between the nation of Nigeria, and the state of Grenada, and by extension the Caribbean islands, all of whom are largely and predominantly made up of descendants of Africans. We have for far too long allowed others to dissuade us from fostering closer trade, investment, financing, banking, economic development ties. The time has come for us to rewrite the 400 years of history that has kept the Caribbean and the African continent from trading, investing, and supporting each other in our economic development and economic development of our people.
He revealed that plans are underway for Grenada and Taraba State to sign a memorandum of understanding aimed at developing key sectors. Honorable Deacon Michel commended Governor Agbu Kefas for his visionary leadership and transformative stride in governance, stressing that he is impressed with the governor's hard work and commitment to progress.
I'm happy to be here in the state of Taraba. The governor and I intend to pursue a memorandum of understanding that will see your state and the government of Grenada engaging in discussions to see how we can support each other in economic growth, particularly in the areas of agriculture and food security, trade, in investment, because we recognize that at the end of the day, no one is going to come to save us. We are required to save ourselves, and that means first and foremost ensuring that the food security of our peoples are guaranteed by the steps we take. And so we will engage in conversations, we will engage in strategies to ensure that we can further the partnership and over time expand that partnership between your state and the government and people of Grenada.
In his remarks, the Governor of Taraba State, Dr. Agbu Kefas, on behalf of the government and people of the state, expressed deep appreciation for the Prime Minister's visit. He described it as a significant milestone in promoting mutual understanding and building strategic partnerships between Grenada and Nigeria, particularly Taraba State. Governor Agbu Kefas noted that Taraba State is committed to building networks that will bring prosperity and development to its people. The governor highlighted Taraba's immense tourism potential, fertile agricultural landscape, and growing health and education sectors, noting that partnerships with countries like Grenada could accelerate development and innovations.
On behalf of the good people of Taraba State, I want to welcome you to Taraba State. I'm sure you have studied the map, you've looked at the history of the state, and you've known much about Taraba, so I don't need to emphasize more. And I'm also sure when you were on board, you were looking from the window of the aircraft and you've seen how the land looks like, and I'm sure as you landed, the rain started. That is a welcome home. I'm happy you are aligning with us. Geography can no longer be a hindrance or obstacle for us realigning again. So just know that we're with you. We're with our good people in the Caribbean who continue to network, who continue to form this alliance to see that we bring prosperity to our people and we share the wealth that God has endowed on our land. We have so many to do together in the area of agriculture, tourism, culture, health, and every other aspect of development. So I believe that in our moments of brainstorming and discussing, we'll be able to iron out some of these things.
Souvenirs.
Taraba State Governor Dr. Agbo Kefas has expressed optimism about forging a future partnership between Taraba State and Grenada, envisioning cross-continental exchange programs that could particularly focus on youth innovation, cultural interaction, and tourism development. The governor highlighted these projects during a gala night held in honor of the visiting Prime Minister of Grenada, Honorable Dixon Michel, at the banquet hall T.Y. Danjuma House, Jalingo, stressing that such collaboration could open new avenues for knowledge sharing, creative entrepreneurship, and sustainable tourism growth between the two regions. Video clip is courtesy of Asan Garba Facebook page.
Speaking at the gala night organized in honor of the Prime Minister of Grenada, Honorable Dixon Michel, Governor Agbo Kefas emphasized the potential for deepening relations between both regions through youth-driven innovations and shared cultural experiences. He described the Prime Minister's visit as a reminder that governance goes beyond state boundaries, reaching the global stage. The governor stressed the importance of unity, courage, and a spirit of excellence in leadership. He explained that the gala night is not just a celebration, but a symbol of friendship, vision, and international unity, adding that it has left a lasting impression on the hearts of the people as reflected in the warm reception and hospitality shown to the Prime Minister. Governor Agbo Kefas lauded the Prime Minister's leadership style, describing him as a leader driven by purpose rather than position, a trait that has further strengthened the bond between Taraba and Grenada and serves as a model for rewriting Africa's narrative on global leadership.
This gala night is in your honor, but it is also in honor of a future that we can build together. As your brother, I would say that a future where Taraba and Grenada becomes model partners in cross-continental exchange, where our youth connect through innovations and our farmers learn from one another, and also where tourism will flow, culture will flourish, and our people will begin to make progress.
Speaking at the gala night held in his honor, Prime Minister Dixon Michel praised Governor Agbo Kefas for his visionary leadership, describing it as one that transcends national boundaries. He noted that the governor's leadership reflects a genuine commitment to service and people-centered governance. Honorable Dixon Michel further stated that his admiration for the governor stems from the stride Taraba State has made under his leadership, particularly in the areas of development and innovation. Looking ahead, the Prime Minister announced that his country and Taraba State will work towards establishing a sustainable and enduring partnership aimed at fostering mutual growth and development.
We are deeply honored that so many of you have taken your personal time to come out to join with your governor and with me and my delegation in honor of our visit to the state of Taraba. I mean no flattery or exaggeration when I say we are deeply humbled, we are deeply touched, and we are deeply honored by the hospitality graciously extended to us while we've been here. The vision of your governor for your state is global. It is not just for Nigeria. He represents a generation of leaders who recognize that their job as leaders is to serve the people who have given them the opportunity to be exalted to high office.
The gala night featured vibrant performances from cultural troops representing the rich diversity of Taraba State, adding color and authenticity to the evening.
In a vibrant display of culture and diplomacy, Governor Agbo Kefas domed traditional attire and danced with the cultural troupe during a dinner honoring Grenada's Prime Minister. The Honorable Vixen Armis Thomas Michel, since taking office on June 24, 2022, Prime Minister Michel, an accomplished Anthony-turned-politician representing St. David under the National Democratic Congress, has championed climate resilience and regional integration, including serving as CARICOM chairman from July to December 2024. His visit to Taraba State highlights growing diplomatic and cultural ties between Grenada and Nigeria, fostering collaboration in youth innovation, tourism, heritage, and shared progress across continents. The National Assembly has proposed moving Nigeria's 2027 general election to November 2026, 6 months earlier than usual. Through the Electoral Act, Bill 2025, the SWIFT aim to allow all election-related court cases to conclude before the next administration assumes office. Key reforms include voting rights for inmates and Nigerians abroad, voters' registration via the National Identification Number, early voting and mandatory electronic transmission of results. Citizens may now use digitally verifiable cards instead of permanent voters' card. Lawmakers also emphasized the need to strengthen the judiciary to manage disputes and prevent constitutional challenges under the new timeline. Video clip is courtesy of Naomi Tanko Facebook page. I think the video is not ready. Let's go to the next news. The Northern Nigerian Youth Leaders Forum has rejected alleged plans by some politicians to stage a protest in Abuja, demanding the release of Biafran separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu, calling it a desperate and misguided move. Speaking at the press briefing in Abuja, the forum's president, Comrade Murtala Mohammed Gamji, urged that Kanu's case be left for the court to decide. Gamji announced that Northern youth would instead hold a 3-day solidarity march from October 21st to 23rd in support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda, with participation from youth groups including the Peace Corps, Man o' War, and civilians, JTF. A fresh crisis has erupted with the People's Democratic Party as acting national chairman, Ambassador Umar Iliya Damago, and national legal advisor, Kamaluddin Ajibade, SAN, clash in court over who has the authority to appoint lawyers for the party. The drama unfolded before Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja, during a suit filed by 3 PDP officials seeking to stop the party's national convention scheduled for November 15th and 16th, while the Magoon announced the appointment of Chris Uche to represent the PDP. Ajibade objected, insisting that only he had the legal mandate to do so. The case was adjourned to October 16 for hearing. The Inter-Party Advisory Council has described that the November 8 Anambra State governorship election as a crucial test for the new leadership of the Independent National Electoral Commission, speaking at INEC's quarterly meeting with political parties. IPAC National Chairman Dr. Yusuf Mamman Dantale urged the Commission to conduct a credible election to restore public trust in the electoral process. Acting INEC Chairman Mrs. May Agbamuche Mbu assured that 10 of the 13 scheduled activities had been completed and all non-sensitive materials delivered. She reaffirms INEC readiness to ensure free, fair and peaceful election across the country. The chairman of Owo local government area in Ondo State, Tope Omotayo, has been suspended indefinitely for alleged gross misconduct. The suspension was announced by the Owo Legislative Council, led by Honorable Doyin Adebayo, following a resolution passed by a 2/3 majority of councillors. Omotayo faces allegations of financial mismanagement, violation of budgetary procedures, and disrespect of traditional rulers. During the suspension period, the Vice Chairman, Ahmed Ibrahim, would serve as acting chairman. Attempts to reach the suspended chairman for comments were unsuccessful at the time of filing this report. The former senator and founder of Silverbird Group, Ben Murray Bruns, has announced his defection from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress. In a statement posted on his official X handle, Murray Bruns said his decision was inspired by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's bold and result-driven reforms, which he described as laying the foundation for Nigerians' future prosperity. He praised Tinubu's economic policies, infrastructural expansion, and foreign policy direction, noting that the president's leadership in transforming the nation. Murray Bruce said he was joining the APC for politics, but for progress and national development. Bayelsa State Governor Dayo Diri has announced his resignation from the People's Democratic Party, marking a majority political shift in the state. The governor's exit was accompanied by the resignation of Speaker of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly and 22 lawmakers, who also jumped the opposition party. The development comes barely 24 hours after Enugu State Governor Peter Mbah defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress. As of press time, Governor Diri has not revealed his next political move, but sources suggest consultations are ongoing ahead of a formal declaration. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has praised Borno State for its resilience in the face of adversity, describing it as Nigeria's most resilient state. Speaking in Maiduguri during a courtesy visit to Deputy Governor Umar Isa Gaddafi, Idris commended the state's ability to overcome challenges over the past decades. He lauded the courage and determination of Borno's people, saying their recovery efforts symbolize the enduring strength of the Nigerian spirit. The visit formed part of activities marking the meeting of APC Commissioner of the Information Forum held in the state. The Jigawa State Executive Council has approved projects worth over 4 billion naira to enhance agriculture, youth empowerment, and infrastructure across the state. Commissioner for Information, Youth, Sport and Culture, Sankir Musa Ahmed, he disclosed that 1.33 billion naira would be used to procure 200 mini rice milling machines for the Dimawa multi-skill center, while 405.5 million naira was approved for 5,700 tissue cultured dead palm seedlings. Additionally, 1.99 billion naira would fund 1,185 motorcycles for agricultural extension workers, and 338.4 million naira would go towards installing 350 solar-powered streetlights. Governor Umar Namadi reaffirms his commitment to job creations, rural development, and sustainable economic growth in Jigawa State. The Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, Kashifu Inuwa Abdullahi, has reaffirmed Nigerians' commitment to harnessing artificial intelligence, AI, to boost productivity, enhance public service delivery, and expand economic opportunities. Speaking at the GTEx Global 2025, Abdullahi outlined NIDA's focus on strategy, inclusivity, and responsibility as guiding principles for Nigerians' AI journey. He said the National Artificial Intelligence Strategy will ensure innovation in balance with trust and accountability, while initiatives like NCAIR, the Digital Literacy for All programs, and the 3 Million Technical Talent Scheme will empower youth to create indigenous AI-driven solutions. Stay tuned. Some of the most exciting stories are just around the corner. After this brief commercial break, every update is one you won't want to miss out. Please don't go away.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast, and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.
Welcome back. We're glad you're still here with us. On the international news, Israeli and Hamas authorities have exchanged bodies of hostages as part of the ongoing ceasefire and prisoner swap agreement. However, Israeli officers have rejected one of the bodies returned by Hamas, saying it does not match any of the hostages held. The Israeli military confirmed that forensic examinations reveal inconsistencies, prompting a demand that Hamas make all necessary efforts to return the correct remains. The exchange follows U.S. President Donald Trump's announcement that both sides have agreed to the first phase of a peace plan, which includes the release of all hostages and a partial Israeli troop withdrawal from Gaza. And on business news, Finance Dr. Doris Uzoka Anitae and CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso led the nation's delegations to the G24 meetings in Washington, D.C., held alongside the IMF and World Bank annual meetings. Discussions centered on inflation controls, fiscal reforms, and domestic resource mobilization. Cardoso announced that Nigeria's trade surplus now stand at 6% of GDP, crediting sound macroeconomic management. He added that the CBN is developing frameworks for mutually beneficial currency swaps, while Uzoka reaffirms Nigerians' commitment to global financial cooperation and sustainable economic growth. On entertainment news, popular comedian Otun Yota Ogbobomi, better known as Alibaba, has expressed his belief in the cultural and social value of polygamy, describing it as both practical and stabilizing. Speaking in an interview with Nedu, Alibaba said the presence of multiple wives can promote discipline and reduce infidelity in marriage. Citing historical practices in Ibadan, he explained that some women supported polygamy to preserve family harmony. He added that in traditional settings, widows were often married by their late husband's relatives to ensure care for their children. While acknowledging divergent opinions, Alibaba maintained his conviction, stating, "One believes in polygamy." Sport news. The Kano State High Court has sentenced football coach Hayatu Mohammed to 8 years imprisonment for sodomy. Mohammed, a resident of Sankar quarters in Dala local government area, was convicted of sexually assaulting one of his players on 2 occasions. Prosecuting counsel Barrister Ibrahim Arif Garba presented 5 witnesses who testified against him. The presiding judge found the evidence credible and ruled that the offense contravenes Section 284 of the Penal Code law. He sentenced Mohammed to 4 years on each of the 2 counts to run concurrently, meaning the coach will serve a total of 8 years without an option of fine. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will face Gabon in the semi-finals of the African playoff for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The pairing followed Nigerians' emphatic 4-0 victory over Benin Republic, which earned them a spot as one of the 4 best runner-up. Gabon also qualified after defeating Burundi 2-0. The Confederations of African Football announced that the playoff will take place in Morocco from November 13th to 16th. Cameroon and DR Congo will contest the other semi-final, with the winners meeting in a single-leg final for a place in the Intercontinental Playoff. And that's a wrap-up for tonight's news broadcast. But before we close, here is a recap. President Bola Tinubu has mourned the passing of Kenyan leader Raila Odinga, describing him as a symbol of democracy and resilience. Taraba Ilia Kefers Alhaji led a mega rally urging Governor Agbo Kefers to join the All Progressive Congress. Nigeria reaffirmed its commitment to gender equality and women's empowerment at the Beijing summit. On the international scene, Israel has rejected a body returned by Hamas during a recent hostage exchange. In business, Nigeria projects economic stability as Cardoso and Uzoka Anid leads talk at the G24 meetings. In entertainment, comedian Alibaba has defended polygamy as culturally and socially stabilizing. And in sport, the Super Eagles are set to face Gabon in the World Cup playoff semi-final in Morocco. I remain Bridget James. Thank you for joining us. Do have a wonderful stay. Goodbye.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.